I'm Susan Filippelli. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you today with a very pretty Christmas card from Stampin' Up's Blended Seasons stamp set. This is a special bundle that is available from now until August 31st, 2018. This is a great stamp set because it takes you through the entire year. You can see we've got the Christmas holly and the Christmas bell. We've got fall leaves, spring and summer flowers, greenery, the little wheat stalks. We've got great sentiments on this. This is a great stamp set that will take you through the entire year. If you're a stamper on a budget and want something that you can use year-round, this is a great stamp set for you. Bundled with this, and remember, when you bundle together, you save 10%, is the Stitched Seasons Framelits dies. These dies for your big shot. There are 3 different sizes of the Stitched Seasons sort of frames that you can use. So we've got flowers, we've got leaves, we've got greenery, we've got a bell, we've got a bow, more greenery. These go great together, and again, with the framelits dies, you can use this year round. So let's make a very quick and easy and a very simple card. We're going to start with a base, and this is 8.5 inches by 5.25 inches, and of course you score it at 4.25 to make a 5.5 inches by 4.25 base. Then I'm using a piece of old olive that's cut to 5.25 by 4 inches. And then I've got a piece of the Under the Mistletoe designer paper series that is cut to 5 inches by 3.75. This is a great, this is not bundled with this set, but this is available in the 2018-2019 catalog. And this is a wonderful Christmas set. And if you know about our DSP, these are 12 by 12 sheets of paper, and you get 10 designs on them. You can see we've got the Christmas balls, we've got the pine cones, we've got the plaid, we've got 2 different types of polka dots, and then if you turn it over on the other side, we've got different designs. You get 2 sheets of each 12 by 12 sheet of paper in the DSP. So I'm using the Christmas balls and the mistletoe today. And then I have taken the largest and the middle frames from my stitched framelit dies and run those through my big shot. All right, so in order to get my pad out here, you don't really need the pad for, actually I don't need the pad for these. And I'm going to use Tuxedo Black Memento ink. The reason I'm going to use this ink is that I'm going to be coloring my design, and it's going to have alcohol in it. So I want to use a water-based ink. And now I'm just going to come down here, and I am just going to, at the top, stamp my holly berries, and I'm going to come over and ink it up again. And stamp on the bottom. And I have my very favorite, I think this is my very favorite Stampin' Up tool, which is my Wink of Stella pen. And I'm going to color in my leaves and berries with my Wink of Stella pen. So I'm going to take the stamp pad, and I'm going to, and with these new stamp pads, they're really stiff, so you really sort of have to almost stand on them. But you see, I get some ink in the lid. I'm going to take my Wink of Stella, make sure, yep, I've got it coming out, and I'm just going to go in here and I'm just going to pick up a little bit of ink And I'm just going to start painting my holly leaves. And if you can see, the Wink of Stella gives it a shimmer. And I love this because at Christmas time, I really like things to be sparkly. And I got to tell you, the Wink of this trick of Wink of Stella is like my favorite trick to use. Because it means I can match any ink I have, any DSP I have, even if I don't have a marker to match it, although I do have markers to match all of these. If I don't have a watercolor pencil to match it, as long as I have either my Wink of Stella pen, or you can use a water brush. If you don't want the sparkle, you can use a water brush. But this is for Christmas time, and at Christmas time, I like the sparkle. You can see it doesn't take very long. It's very forgiving, and you can shade it. I sort of like to make it darker around the middle and the top of the leaves. All right, once I'm finished with one color, I'm just going to take my marker and clean it off on a chamois. Make sure I've got no other color coming in there. All right, and you can see I've got my holly berries. So now I'm going to come in. These are the old style ink pads, and they're a little easier to. So now I'm going to come in, and I'm going to come in on these little and add some old olive. And the one thing I like about the Wink of Stella, I can just roll it and I can get a really fine point, which just lets me get in and get these small areas. But you know, it's very forgiving. And even if you go outside of the lines, it's a homemade card. It's supposed to have some little imperfections in it. That's what makes it unique. Then finally, I'm going to come in with Real Red ink, the old style. So I'm gonna do my round berries. leave the real red out because now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Gonna just do a test stamp. Yep, make sure everything looks good. And then I'm going to come in and just going to line it up and stamp it down. Isn't that beautiful? And so easy. All right, one of the things I like to do, especially if I'm handling dark inks, but really any ink on white, the last thing you want is a red smudge or a green smudge. So I'll wipe my hands off pretty well with my chamois. All right, so now let's put the card together. I come in and I'm going to, with my snail, come in and oops, I think my snail is out. Nope, there's a little bit left in here. Make sure I get it good. And all right, oops, let's make sure see, I want the right side, the stitched side. So I'm just going to come in and line it up. All right, now I want this to pop off. I want this to pop off a little bit. So I'm going to put my, where are they? I had them over here. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. My Stampin' Dimensionals on here just to help them raise up off the card a little bit. I always like to put one in the middle so it doesn't sag. I don't know if it really would or not, but all right, and I'm going to pull the backs off. All right, and you notice there's a design on here. It's very important to cut your design the way it's going to go. So if it, if I'm going to have it like this, I wouldn't want the design this way. I'd want it to go, which I have another sheet of paper, I cut this way. But since I'm using a horizontal design, I want the design on my DSP to be horizontal. One of the great things about this graph paper is you can use it to help you line up your elements, and especially this, since it has these points, I can line them up on the center point. All right, I think I need to find another snail. Here we go. This is a brand new snail. I'm going to put this on my old olive. That's got a little bit of red on it, but paper's two-sided. We'll just turn it over and use the other side. So much better. And again, I'm going to use my graph to help me line it up. And now you can see how this is coming together. And now, oh, that was the old one, that's out. All right, and now we're going to put it on the card base. And look, now it's a very pretty, very simple, very easily put together Christmas card. And you can either just leave the inside, and I would write on this in a silver or gold pen, a sentiment to whoever you're going to send it to, or you can use another sentiment and stamp another sentiment on the inside. But you've got a beautiful Christmas card. It didn't take long to put together at all. So this is the Blended Seasons stamp set and the Stitched Seasons framelits dies. I want to show you some of the other cards I have made with this. Of course, you saw this one. With this one, I used the red cotton ribbon. I'll put a link down below to all of these. I'll also put a link to my blog where I will have a set of instructions and a list of all the materials you would need to make this card. So, same design, but they're really, really different cards. I also did another one, and I did this one with the watercolor pencils. So what I did was I just stamped all around on my, what I call the top layer, I call it my design layer, and then stamped the Merry Christmas. And I did color these in with the watercolor pencils. And I used Cherry Cobbler and Garden Green. Then I cut out 3 bells with the from the framelit set, and I did color those. I don't know if you can see the shimmer in that. I did color those with the Wink of Stella pen, and then I added just at the top where the holly berries are, and I attached the bell. I added some red rhinestones for the berries, and you could do this all the way around. So, for example, another way you could do this, instead of actually coloring all these in, you could actually put a red rhinestone down as well. Just a different way to go. Then I like craft papery looks for Christmas. So I did this very simple card using Garden Green and Cherry Cobbler and Crumb Cake. And then I used the Wink of Stella again and the stamp set. But then I made one I think is my very favorite card so far out of this set, and stepped it up a little bit. And adding to it, I embossed the Merry Christmas sentiment on a piece of Cherry Cobbler. And then I added some gold twine for a bow. So all of this is just the way of saying one stamp set can give you a lot of different looks. And these are just the Christmas cards. I haven't even shown you anything from the fall or anything from the spring or summer. One of the great things about Stampin' Up! Is that, and this process, and one of the things I love about this creative process is you start very simply, and then you think, oh, what if I did this? And what if I did this? Oh, let me make another card, and let me try it if I do this. And then you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beautiful, beautiful cards, but all a little bit different from one another. And again, that's the charm of handmade. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you like what I'm doing here, subscribe, and you'll see when I have new videos out. The Stampin' Up! Holiday catalog with all of our good Christmas, winter, fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving, wonderful stamp sets will go live on September 5th. And I will be doing some videos very shortly to show you some of the things that you'll be able to make using sets from our holiday catalog. This is available right now. You don't have to wait till September 5th to order this. This is available until December 31st, and I think it's a great stamp set, and it will be good for all year round. Thanks. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.